Hello everyone, it's Cody Fry. Today we're going to do a breakdown of my song The End off of my album The End. This is a crazy one. A lot of stuff going on. A lot of different musical directions all at once. So let's just get into it. So the scene opens with these sound effects and these sort of like wistful orchestral textures. It's supposed to sound like you're sort of at the end of the movie. Everything is resolved. We're about to go to the credits, right? Yes. We finally made it to the end.
My book is running out of pages. The sun is setting on my day.
Strings played by the Royal Philharmonic Orchestra in London.
That I should face it. There might be nothing left to say. I guess that this is it. I guess that this is when my movie fades to black and it's the end. But then
So, what's about to happen now is that we're going to explode into this other sort of synth orchestra world. It's not the end. Something super surprising is about to happen. Some of the fun textures I like that are going on during these choruses is a lot of the BGVs are done by this vocoder. It is, actually I think it's just the auto-tune vocoder. Like if you have an auto-tune subscription, there's I think it's called Vocodist or something like that. But that's what this sounds like. So already we're in kind of that like synth world. And then we get these counter melodies in between the vocal phrases with these solo strings. And actually the solo strings here are MIDI. They are the Spitfire solo strings patches. It's like the violin total performance and the cello total performance. They're incredible. That's pretty good for a MIDI instrument. And then we also have this like crazy space ARP that is it's the Juno 60 I have over there. It's an old synth from the 70s. And it's just sort of out of time. The chords are playing in time, but the arpeggiation is kind of just in its own time space. And it just sort of adds this weird like shimmeriness on top that I like a lot. So let's hear how that all comes together.
my world blew up like fireworks at night. Streaking light and beauty across the sky.
And here come the real strings.
Piercing through my eyes, erasing my mind, till there was nothing left of me but who I was. Coffee.
And then we're immediately into sort of like dry funk territory. Before we leave this first chorus, though, there is one other texture I like, which is sort of like this trailer sound. That is actually this synth, and I like the way it sort of feels very like Transformers cinematic. Wop, 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 wop. And we go into this new section, which is just kind of another thing. It's sort of like a groovy, dry funk space. Real bass here, played by K-Mac, Kevin McIntyre, one of my good friends, and an incredible bass player. We got some disco strings going on, and we got drums by Aaron Sterling. A lot of stuff going on in this section.
Coffee on the first date. Stayed up a little too late. Probably should have let it marinate, but I called you right away. Told you that I couldn't wait. You said it was okay. You would have called me anyway. Now I can't control my face.
And that was it. That's all you get of the dry funk. It never comes back. How to Make a Song That Will Never Be Popular by Cody Fry. I like these little wah things. If you've heard my song Thinking About You, you probably recognize these. Same patch. It's the Prophet wah sort of, since you just modulate the cutoff to the attack and it gives you that wah. The second chorus is super similar to the first chorus, although we do get the answer background vocals, I call them the face melters because it just sounds like someone's face is melting. So I recorded them faster than they were going to be played back. And so when they play back at regular speed, they sound pitched down like this.
Piercing through my eyes, erasing my mind.
So sad. So let's hear that all together. So what's about to happen next is like prog rock rush section. Before we leave here though, I feel like I should check out the brass. Woo! You know, for all the orchestration classes and all the harmonic techniques, sometimes just put everybody in unison and have them play triple forte. And for this song, that was the right thing. I mean, it just sounds epic. So now we come to this section. I don't even really know how to describe this. I played guitar on this. I remember like I got done with the second chorus as I was producing, and I didn't know where the song was going to go next. And then I had this like crazy idea, and I looked over my guitar, and my guitar looked back at me, and I was just like, are we doing this? Are we really doing this? Is this about to happen? And the guitar was like, yes. And so we did it. So here are the guitars. And one of the guitars I really like is this Luminary guitar. So it's an octave generator pedal. This is the pedal. Hopefully you can see that. It's called the Luminary by Walrus Audio. They're not sponsoring this video. I just think the pedal's dope. It's an octave generator with 4 different octaves. But the thing that makes it really cool is it has this flutter knob that's sort of like a B3 cabinet. And you also have a filter, and honestly you can just make some super weird and fun sounds. So that's the Luminary guitar. So we got Strike Force drums. We got Aaron Sterling. We got Kevin McIntyre on bass still. A lot of stuff going on here. And of course the orchestra is kind of chiming in with different things here and there. I like this sound. So this is a real orchestra. Nothing like rock orchestra. And then we get the third chorus, which is a 12/8 shuffle version of the main chorus. I don't know why. We did it. Bring in the brass. You know, I had fun. Let's solo up the orchestra for that outro. There's also some like weird choir stuff in here. I forgot that was in there. Writing and producing this song was one of my favorite things on the whole album. It was just so much fun, you know. I wasn't thinking like, oh, I want to write the single, or like, oh, let's do a follow-up to whatever. I was just kind of thinking, what could I create that would be really fun today? And this is what came out. And honestly, I want to have more days like that. You should have more days like that. That's pretty much it for The End. You can listen to it on the album The End. And thanks for watching this and being here and supporting my music. It really means a lot. I get to make hilarious crap like this. Thanks, everybody.